So this happened this week, but so did this.
It's twice. Tampa Bay Lightning win their second straight Stanley Cup.
And I'm super happy about that as a Tampa Bay fan. In fact, I have a pretty big Lightning PC, so I wanted to show off the Conn Smythe Trophy winner, Vasilevsky. So I really want to add to my hockey PC. I realize I don't have any pre-war cards yet. That's concerning. Now it's time to head out to the Bay Area card show. Let's see if I can make any deals happen this weekend. This is my last local show for about a month. I'm traveling to 4 out-of-state shows, including the National, the Iowa show, Atlanta, and Dallas. So yeah, today is gonna be a lot of fun. Looking for some pickups that we can end up bigger trades. So you saw like the Walter Johnson trade I did at Dallas. I'm looking for those type of pieces.
And the paperweight is
Got all 52 tops in there.
It's just cards I'm going to give to him.
Yo, on this one, look good. Now this is a 1960 Koufax. I kind of like the horizontal design on them, so I'm going to check these out under here as well.
Do you come to this show often, or?
Every month. Now next month I'll only be here Saturday, but normally I'm here Mondays.
Alright, so I just made a deal with Franz. He's another vintage dealer that's always at the Florida shows. You set up at Sebastian as well as Clearwater?
A pop, take your pick. I'm at most of them.
So yeah, you can take a look at a lot of pre-war cards, a lot of 50s and 60s. 3 hobby legends from the 50s and 60s. My dad actually found those cards. So yeah, they're going to end up doing that deal, but just want to put it in the vlog. When you think about 50s and 60s baseball, Spawn, Koufax, and Yastrzemski are some of the names that first come to your mind. I mean, Spawn had won over 363 games and had a career 100 WAR. Sandy Koufax won 3 Cy Young Awards and was the most dominant pitchers in baseball before he hurt his arm. In fact, he actually won 5 ERA titles. If you look at some of the stats he put up, it's absolutely insane. I just wish he had a full career. And then Carl Yastrzemski had 3,400 hits, had a 96.5 WAR, and a Triple Crown, which brings me to this trivia question. So back in 1967, Carl Yastrzemski won the Triple Crown. It took a long time for another winner, but who was that winner? Was it Barry Bonds, Mike Trout, Miguel Cabrera, or Albert Pujols? Let me know in the comment section down below. Yes, I am here with Matt. He actually just opened a card shop in Tampa, so let him talk about it, what he's going to do for the community as well, so you guys can help support the hobby.
Opened up the Tampa Card Shop on North Bears and Florida Avenue. We're doing grading, SGC, Beckett, PSA, wax, singles. We do a little everything. We have some soccer here. Most stores don't really carry too much soccer. We have a good soccer fan base. Paul's selling well right now. Basketball a little down, but it's a fun experience right now.
Real quick, I wanted to thank the sponsor of today's video and a lot of other card show videos on this channel. It is myslabs.com. I use MySlabs to sell some of my graded cards. I've recently sold a Vladimir Guerrero on that site, as well as a Quinn Hughes that I've bought at the Bay Area Card Show last time. And it's a great site because you only pay a 1% commission fee, unlike other websites where you're paying anywhere from a 5 to 10%. On top of that, if you're a buyer, you can find a ton of great deals on it. Go check out myslabs.com as they're a great sponsor. Alright, so I'm in the back room right now, but some initial thoughts on this show. Today I've seen a ton of soccer cards. So I only did baseball, football, and basketball in the past. Now I have soccer cards on their display, so I found that pretty interesting. What I also found is there's a lot of CSG cards. So CSG must have been finally sending cards back to people. Same with SJC as well. Normally PSA dominates at these local shows, but now we're seeing a lot more other grading companies coming in. There's also a lot of excitement in the hobby for the National. I mean, we're less than a month away, and a lot of people right now are trying to clear out their inventory, make some trades, and buy some cards to go to National, so that way they can make some bigger deals. So I'm gonna get back to the vlog right now and catch you there. I'm here with one of my good friends, Mark. Actually, Mark was at the Columbus show. I didn't get him on the vlog during that time, but he's been going to all the different Orlando shows, a great vintage collector. A little bit about CSG. He's one of these dealers here at the Clearwater show that has a ton of CSG slabs.
I did a 51 bulk order in February, got those back in 72 days. Order of 77 cards and got it back 80 days. So they fell a little behind when they took the bulk submissions from some of the bulk companies. Really feel that they're strong on their grades. See a lot of guys doing their reveals. Say a 9.5 is a 10, and I'm seeing comparing that to PSA Beckett's, BGS, they're very similar in their 9.5s and SGC as well. The ugly green, when we first see it, yes, it's an ugly green. It's a nice hologram. I mean, there's just some parts that are really, really nice in these slabs. They've come out with their thick holders now, so I just see the company making a statement if they can keep that integrity in their grading.
Next thing we want to talk about a little bit is how PSA is increasing their prices and how that's going to affect people that are building sets. So
Registries, we're never gonna compete with that. PSA is the big dog in that. I can't see people taking. I have a stack of 53s, graded 4s and 5s. I can't see someone when they come back out at 50 base price building a set unless you've been collecting and buying raw for a long time. You're not going to send that to PSA for that vintage slab. So I see a run on guys buying some of these already slabbed cards. Know how many people are going to send off your vintage cards that are common, trying to complete that set.
So back in 2019 when we went to the National, there wasn't many soccer cards. You guys seen soccer cards been skyrocketing. I see it all the time at shows. It doesn't matter whether it's a local show or a national show, and I see it all over Twitter. So I'm asking a soccer expert here, what do you think is going to happen at the National?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Edwin with Crack Sports Cards. So I think the soccer market is just blowing up right now. Copa America, World Cup coming, so I can only see it going up from now. Players like Mbappe, Haaland, these are players that everybody right now are after. Growing, and Ronaldo's obviously one of the best in the world. So
Just modern, or is it also vintage as well? Is there any specific players to look at on the vintage side of things?
So with the vintage, a lot of people are into Maradona, Pelé. Those are guys that are just cemented into the soccer history,
Now, is there a lot of different soccer dealers that said they're going to be setting up at the National?
From here, I believe there's a couple that are going to be sending up there. Trying to make it, so hopefully I can be there with my soccer stuff. I think there'll be more soccer this year there than in the past.
All right, guys, I am here with Uncle Dick. We're actually going to do an interview right after this, but you guys know how I love pre-war cards? Well, I made a deal for my first ever hockey pre-war card, so check this out. We talk about the Sports Kings and how I love this. You saw me in Columbus pick up the Golf Sports Kings over there, but today we picked up an Eddie Shore, which is my first hockey pre-war card. Now, I did have to give up a little bit, but that's all right because I've wanted a hockey card, and especially as a 7 for Hall of Famer. You just don't see this. Now, I gave up a Dean right here, the Dizzy Dean, one of your better pitchers. He won a Triple Crown, and a lot of Cardinals fans love him. And then I also gave up this Frank Chance, which I was going to bring to the National. But actually, Uncle Dick is going to have one of the most insane setups there, and these should fly off really fast. So, you want to talk real quick about your National setup that you're going to have?
This will be my 37th National. Started in 1983. Looking forward to it. We'll have 60 by 30 by 60 by 30 foot booth. My partner Jimmy Ryan and I will be there selling vintage cards from the Bowman era all the way through the late 70s, baseball, basketball, football, and hockey. We specialize in helping people build sets, so bring your want list. We're ready for you.
While Eddie Shore might have been known for his penalty minutes, he was still one of the best players on the ice and arguably one of the top 5 best defensive players ever in the NHL. During his career, he ended up winning 4 Hart trophies, which if you don't really follow hockey, that is the MVP award. Only Wayne Gretzky and Gordie Howe have more, and I have a feeling that McDavid will eventually pass him with that. But this card's from 1933, and it is a PSA 7. That's higher than the 6 that I recently got back for my Tom Brady. And I just have to say the eye appeal on this card is absolutely amazing. I'm so glad to have it as my first hockey pre-war card, and I can't wait to collect some other cards from the Sporting Kings set. All right, guys, we're here with another sports card YouTuber. You've probably also seen his card show vlogs. He's always down in Florida. Bunch of North Carolina content. Can you guess who it is?
What's up, guys? Here at the Tampa show, Bay Area Card Show. Pretty big venue. It's my first time. Hey, right now, I haven't really bought anything here so far. Like, really, it's more networking, talking to people, talking to content creators. I just met you, Sunday League investors. But yeah, we'll see. It's only day 1, so you can't get discouraged after 1 day. I'll be at the National, I believe, for every day. You want to be there the peak times, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Awesome, man. Appreciate you.
All right, so I'm here with a big Twitter presence. TJ, a card collector, is here at the Bay Area Card Show. Drove down from FSU, right? Around the area. Sweet. So TJ, what's the presence on Twitter right now? What's everyone talking about the National? What have you seen as well at this show today?
Presence is probably going to be like around soccer and football. People are kind of in an individual stage of they don't know what to do as much, and I think it's spread out among every social media platform. But it's just looking for deals. So it's kind of growing right now. It's growing in the hobby. Obviously, it's not at the Instagram level. It's kind of wide open, so you get more of like you see what everybody likes. Like you're not going to get somebody ghosting you. Like you know when they're online.
Content creator or someone in the sports card game, and you want to start growing on Twitter. What's some advice? Because you have what, like 5,000 followers now?
Yeah, I just hit 5,500, I think. And I think just being authentic. I don't really care if you don't agree with me, you know. And that's why people like me. Like I'll still say good morning to you. Like we'll chat and everything, but I don't mind if people don't agree with me. And I think that's just what you have to do. Like you don't want to just be cliche. So I'm just myself, 100%. And I think that once you start doing that, like I'll follow you, like everybody else will follow you, and that's how people will get with you. It's like get along with people for being themselves, not a shell of what you're supposed to be.
That's some great advice. Nice seeing you again at the Bay Area Card Show. You're on National as well?
Yeah, I'll be there. So I'll be working a few of those days, but I'll be there most likely Saturday, Sunday, maybe Friday. A little late on the train, but I'll be there.
Awesome. Catch you guys there as well. So if you guys didn't know, the promoter of the Bay Area Card Show, Redbeard, is throwing out a huge show later this year in September at the Tampa Convention Center. Over about 500 tables. So I'm about to interview him right now. Brian, I'd like to have you talk about it a little bit because you've done a lot of great things for the hobby down in Florida.
Sure, bro. I appreciate it. We're going to have Collectors Con. Collectors Con is going to be a combination of your National Card Show and Comic-Con. We're going to put the two together and create something that's never been done before, an experience unlike any other. So we're going to throw the very first ever trade cruise out on the channel side there. It'll be open bar, food, all that. About 400 people on the boat is our limit. So we've sold out about halfway. So if you want to get on that cruise, go to our website, collectors-con.com. and purchase your tickets there. Have PSA at the event. PSA is just announced. They will be there in a full presence. Not sure exactly what they'll be accepting, but they will have a full presence at the show.
So the question people might have is this going to be a yearly show? It's going to be every 3 months. We see how the Dallas Card Show, I think, is every 6 to 8 weeks right now, and people try to flock to it. So is this going to be one of those type of shows where it's hosted multi-times a year or only once a year?
So right now we have the Labor Day. We also have the second weekend in December, June of next year to be announced, the dates exactly, and then Labor Day weekend 22 already in the books, 2 planned, and other big things as well for Collectors Con also to be announced.
Yeah, I heard some of those plans. I'm not going to spill it on video, but that'd be amazing if that happens. It would especially grow the hobby, and I'm looking forward to it. So Brian, thank you for everything that you've done for at least the Florida scene. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to have a big show here.
Bro, thank you.
It is 1:04 right now, and the Bay Area Card Show is over. Look, I didn't have time today to go through all these dollar boxes. I know there's a lot of great deals at this show. I've done extremely well there, but I just didn't have the time. Tomorrow is Hobby Palooza. I have to set up my stream for that, and I also am still working on spotting fakes. I'm calling it a little bit quits today. Next week, I'm doing the Dallas and Atlanta card shows. So if you're in Dallas on Saturday and if you're in Atlanta on Sunday, make sure to reach out to me. I'd love to have you on the vlog. Nice to meet you as well. And I'm gonna catch you in the next episode.